What's good, everyone? I hope y'all's week is going alright. This week's video is a fun, not so serious one on a post I made a couple years ago creating the worst prize fighter using the worst attributes from notable fighters. I will choose one fighter per attribute. With that being said, let's start the video. Hasim Rotman has probably the worst luck I've seen from a prize fighter. There's got to be like some evil spirits that's out to get this man. His IBF title elimination, where he completely dominated David Tua for 9 rounds till the end of the 9th round. Tua would hit him after the bell, which rocks Rotman. Rotman was unable to recover coming to the 10th round, which resulted in a 10th round stoppage. Not even a year later, Rotman against Moskaev, up on all judges' scorecards coming into the 8th round, despite being wobbled, survives, but a minute later, in the final 40 seconds, he will get knocked out of the ring by Moskaev, where the fight was immediately stopped. The evil spirits went on vacation when he traveled to South Africa and defeated Lewis, but came back full force after Rotman signing to Don King and the two conspiring to leave Lewis hanging by jumping ship to Showtime. Fight Brian Nielsen for $15 million, then unify against the winner of Holyfield Ruiz for $20 million. Then fight Mike Tyson for a Lewis rematch for $30 million. Rotman would turn down both Showtime and HBO. However, Rotman should have taken the $14 million HBO was offering, which only required him to fight Lewis immediately. Then, if he wins, it's a 6-fight deal with the first defense being $6 million and then $10 million and above. Instead, he turned that down, which Lewis brings Rotman to court, forced the rematch as there was a rematch clause. Lewis wins in court. The rematch goes on where Rotman gets paid less money than what HBO originally offered, and the rest is history. Literally, the next fight, and a relatively even fight, would go off the rails as Rotman would get an insane knot on his forehead, which resulted in a technical decision loss. Harold Letterman scoring the fight even coming to the 7th round when the knot began to form. The very next fight, close fight with David Tua. Letterman has him up on the scorecards, but Rotman needs a dagger. Rotman, for the most part, is winning the 12th, with him doing a victory lap and dancing in the final 10 seconds. Shoe shines Tua while on the ropes as Tua didn't land any scoring shots. Tua is continuing to throw shots after the bell, very reminiscent to the first fight. However, Rotman sees this coming and he counters him, which he ends up dropping Tua. Harold had him up 115-113, but the judges saw it another way and the fight was a split decision draw. Now fast forward, another title fight, for this time as the WBC champion after being promoted to champ by email, in a fight that Harold and one other judge had him winning by 2 to 3 rounds. The rest of the judges scored it a draw once more. So really, outside of the Lewis win in South Africa, Rotman, he just couldn't catch a break. Now, our prize fighter, he's got to have the worst of the worst when it comes to discipline and nutrition. Bo, after he became champ, was a man who enjoyed some good eating, blowing up in between fights and cutting less and less each scheduled fight. This just takes the cake here. Our guy needs to be a magnet for trouble. He needs to have room level IQ outside the ring, have zero disregard of common sense and moderation. He has to have the critical thinking and decision making of a 15-year-old. With an added note, holy crap, this man has the mayor, the DA, the judge on his side, and he still finds a way to get in trouble back to back to back. And it never came across this man's head. Man, I think I need to chill for a bit. Tyson, prior to his imprisonment, he was one of the highest paid athletes in the world. When he got out of prison, he became the highest paid athlete, signing a $120 million Showtime deal. Man was getting paid more than F1 drivers and Michael Jordan. And despite raking in $75 million in 1996, according to a 2004 NBC article, Tyson grossed $400 million, and by the time that article was written, he owed $38 million to creditors. Now, we gotta make sure if our guy is making a lot of money, which is really ours, he just doesn't know that yet, but us and everyone on his payroll is entitled to more and then some. I like to call this redistribution of wealth. Ray Robinson owned blocks of successful businesses.
Sugar Ray was one of the first black fighters who was an entrepreneur. And this was completely unheard of at the time, and I'm sure that it shook up the establishment a little bit.
Well, he had the block between 123rd and 124th Street. He owned all the buildings on the block. There was a bar and grill, a real estate office, a boutique, and he had a barber shop. So he had the block sewed up, really.
He had everybody eating good in the community, and what the community did to him, they did a piss poor job handling the books. Always skimmed off the top. Those who were actually competent would fire those who were incompetent, stealing/skimming. Ray, who just wanted everyone around him doing good, would hire these people back.
My uncle trusted a lot of people where they were supposed to be paying taxes. They were stealing money. I caught a bartender stealing, so I fired him. And of course, he hired him back. He sold the barber shop, and then he sold the bar, and we were all sad because the bar was a place where everybody rallied, you know.
This effectively killed all of Ray's businesses. He had to sell all of his property to pay off debts to the government and to relocate from New York to Hollywood.
Sugar Ray's Club, I mean, you almost had to have a pass to get in there. You know, it was the spot in Harlem. It was one of the highlights of Harlem during that time. Had great musicians in there, had great food, and he would be there.
It was always a lot of fun there. Everybody came by to say, let's go to Sugar Ray's, you know.
Frank Sinatra would stop by, Nat King Cole, Jackie Gleason, Lena Horne. I mean, this was a hot club in those years.
Where, thanks to his connections, he found a lot of work. Frank Sinatra most notably directed his royalty money to clear Sugar Ray of all debts to where he was able to live life comfortably. When the going is starting to get a little rough, our guy needs to fold fast and give the victory to his opponent.
Here's the Nicholson fight. He's winning every round. He's got the guy under control. He's hurting him. But yet, because it was going into the later rounds, he headbutted the guy. He does not know how to handle pressure.
It's only the right thing to do. He has a family to feed, or, you know, a future family to feed.
Low blows, and down goes Bo again.
Yeah, that's it.
He's calling the fight over. He's disqualified the ladder again.
He was willing to fight hands down, but because he's an idiot, he got himself disqualified. He didn't want to be there.
Before we get back with the video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. YouTube is murking this page's reach, so if you enjoy this content, this is the best way to show your support, which I greatly appreciate. The comment section topic is, what is your favorite year in boxing and why? Leave in the comments. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and let's get back to the video. Now that's actually a tough one. I'm gonna let you guys choose here because this is a toss-up between Ricky Hatton, Gabriel Rosado, Chuck Webner, and Arturo Gatti. Now y'all probably thought I would choose Amir Khan. Amir Khan's chin is bad, but it's not as bad as what it's hyped to be. A combination of not the best chin with absolute horrid lapses in concentration where he will leave himself wide open to get hit with whatever. It doesn't get more clean than this. The guys he faced were all punchers. Enzo, on the other end, I think has the worst. 8 losses, all 8 by knockout, which I would say, to be generous, only 7 because the Jurgen fight ended on extreme swelling to the eye, which forced trainer Gary Lockett to stop the fight in between rounds.
Boy, the referee very late. This one may be over. Unsteady legs. Only the second round. He's got a minute remaining, and the fight is stopped. It's over. Referee John P.
This was a very hard choice to make because I still have defense and hand speed to go, which Angulo is goated in those categories, but if there's anything he may be more goated in is head movement. Now our guy needs to be horrible at self-promotion. We also need him to talk himself out of any great deals that come his way.
Sir, please help me.
Excuse me, this is an AB conversation.
As you can see, I was dragged into it.
Ha, attitude.
Please, I beg of you. I'm a rich man. Here, take it.
How do I know that's not a 50 on the top and a bunch of ones on the bottom?
From 2013 to 2023, this man was a generational talent. This should be studied what not to do.
Thank you.
What's up, though?
I know that.
When can we make it happen, yo? What do you think?
Man, you fight with nobody. Hey, you are a champion, but are you? What? You never gonna get that fight, man. You're a horrible fighter. Payday. You want payday. I know that.
Watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. When I see you, it's on.
Yeah.
It's really a toss-up between him and Angulo, and I must say Margarito's defense is non-existent. I don't think I've seen a fighter that is allergic to body shots than Anat. If you have the skills to get in on the inside and get past his goated skills and clinches, you have the most success scoring to the body, which would set up the connections upstairs.
Forward momentum, forward pressure. It is the body. He's sat him down. Tenshi Nasukawa with a brutal body blow to the midsection of Amnat there. Can he reply? Will he get up?
The reach of Gamboa has been one of his biggest Achilles heels, which led to numerous knockdowns. Our guy has to have hand speed where not only the opponent will always be able to see, but the spectators of the fight. As much as I wanted to use Alfredo Angulo, Joe Joyce serves as a great backup, as pound for pound one of the slowest hands in the sport. Making our opponent feel hurt is forbidden, so having the power of Paulo Malignaggi is 100% necessary. We don't want our guy mindlessly throwing punches. We need him to think 3 times before throwing a punch. 1. Am I in range because I have no reach? 2. Is this the right timing because I have no speed? And 3. Will this break my fist? We need our guy to be perfectly flat-footed, cement feet, figuratively and literally. And Carlos Baldomir is that perfect guy. He is a man who has underwater-like movement. Our fighter cannot have the strength to handle his ring walk garbs, so he must feel like he did a morning's training camp's worth of road work before he enters the ring. Our guy needs to always feel like he's low on T, iron, and possibly have a white blood cell deficiency. We don't want our guy to easily recover after getting hit. That's not fair for the other guy. I choose Berto because when he got hurt, he fought like he didn't have the legs till 2 to 3 rounds after the fact. Claudio only throws punches when his opponent has stopped throwing theirs completely. Before then, he will always remain in a defensive guard, which is absolutely perfect for our guy, which is the last thing we want our guy to do is throw punches. And if our guy does, he will only throw 15 to 20 punches a round. It's of essence for our guy to maintain a low punch count. And on top of that, this is our best of the worst prize fighter. For more videos like these, be sure to like, share, and if you're new, subscribe. Subscribe to the Patreon for Patreon-backed projects and early access. I'm Office Hancho, and I'm out.